Hey, sorry about that. This is Patrick Franz. Physical and financial fitness is what we do here on my channel. 6:45 to 8 a.m. in the morning. We get together and we talk about physical and financial fitness. So we do live Q&A. You can pick my brain about how to create some extra cash flow or even how to lose that beer belly. So that's what we do. Welcome in. And today we're going to talk about manifestation. Why I believe that's kind of a funny thing, because everybody's told to manifest. Manifest what? What do you even want? Most people don't know what they want in life and don't know what the hell to manifest. And so that's the discussion today on mindset and finances, because everybody thinks they want things, but I think most people don't even know what they would want. So we're going to get into that. We're going to do some simple upper body workout today. I like to start Mondays with shoulder and chest and things like that. Especially if you're starting out, if you're a man and you're starting working out for the first time in a long time, I always start my Monday exercises with things that I like doing. For instance, I won't start Mondays with leg day. How's that? So we do leg day usually in the midweek, but to get yourself going, maybe you had a long weekend, maybe you're tired, and it's tough for some of us to get up in the morning on a Monday and get cracking. So I always like to give myself the opportunity to do some exercises that I actually enjoy. And then it can get you up in the morning and get you going. Hey, Andy, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Do I sound okay? Is my camera and sound okay? I never know with YouTube. You're the first person on, so you can hear my mic and stuff. Everything okay? I've been having technical difficulties lately, so I'm hoping this is sound clear, mic clear, and everything. Are we good? Oh, crap. You're under a tornado watch. Oh, thanks for the sounds good. Yeah, you're under a tornado watch? Where do you live again? What the heck? Tornado? Tornado, like, you sound like another cold? No, that's just how I sound in the mornings, man. My nose is a little stuffy. Maybe I could just blow it. Yeah, I wake up in the morning and I get a little stuffy. There. That'll be better. Oh, thanks for letting me know that. 45 miles west of Chicago, they've got tornadoes? I don't know. I'm not geographically intelligent when it comes to weather systems, but man, I tell you, everybody likes to say, oh man, you live in California with all those earthquakes out there. How do you survive? I would be so scared to live out there with those earthquakes. And I'm always laughing my butt off, because I've been in like probably, I don't know, 30 earthquakes, and I've probably been in like 2 or 3 really, really good ones, you know? And to me, it's not scary. I don't know what that means about me. I guess it's just because when you're used to it, to you, it's not a big deal, right? So I guess experience too, right? I've never seen an earthquake here in California that like took buildings down, you know, and that kind of thing, where it was like rubble left over. Never been through that. So I guess I take these earthquakes out here a little for granted. I know there could be a big one and start to really create some damage, but I guess it's not a fear of mine. I would be, though, very fearful of a tornado coming through. These tornadoes and these hurricanes, and it's like, it happens every year. You know what I mean? Wow, there's sirens going off. That's scary, dude. Oh, how was my golf after my Bruce Lee workout? You know, it's interesting, Andy. Although that workout was very rigorous, if you want to give it that term, it was a lengthy workout, right? It took me like 2 hours to get through it. So it was a lengthy workout, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest. It was tedious going through that workout, right? There was a lot of burn, right? You could tell it was working. Forearms and everything was really burning, but it was a little bit lighter weight and higher reps. And I guess, I've been working out for 2 years now, so my body has gotten a lot stronger and capable. So the Bruce Lee workout was difficult, to do the workout. It was certainly difficult. You're doing that workout and you're thinking, dude, Bruce Lee was a stud muffin for sure. But it wasn't something to where I got overly sore. I was pretty surprised, actually, pleasantly surprised. You know what actually got more sore was my calves because, I walk. 18 holes of golf is a tough thing to walk. People don't realize you walk like 6 miles, but up and down hills and stuff. But my calves were the thing that really were the most sore, which is ironic. But it was because I did all those calf raises. And then, of course, the next morning was walking 18 holes. So interestingly enough, my calves on my legs took it the worst, but everything else was fine. In fact, I feel like I'm getting stronger, and my buddies who've played golf with me for a long time are saying, man, that working out has been making your golf game better. I said, oh yeah, how? And they're saying, man, you're hitting it further. You seem, more balanced, this stuff. So it is doing some good, this working out. So that's what we're going to get to. We're going to get to working out, but I'm just doing some shoulders and chest today. I'm just going to give it a light Monday and get cracking. We're on day like 28 or something like that. I don't even know what day it is anymore, but we're at day 28 of like the 60-day six-pack challenge, so that's still going good. We're going to go strong on that. I really want to see if I stick to it, which I have been. I got a little off this weekend. I must say I had a bad day and night of eating, so I went a little askew from the diet, which is my problem. So I did have a bad day over the weekend diet-wise. It wasn't that bad. I'm just giving myself crap, my own worst critic, but really want to see the results at the end of a 60-day run where you tried to stay about as disciplined as you possibly could, so to speak, and you put the work in and all that. And really, I want to see what would happen at the end of 60 days. So, Saturday you got off base a little bit. It's all good, man. That's the beautiful thing about creating a healthy lifestyle and doing something like a 60-day challenge, is that you don't have to be perfect. You just don't. You don't have to be perfect. If you go 3 weeks like we had been, and I hadn't really messed up much. I mean, if you go 3 weeks and you're sticking to calories and you're sticking to macros and you're getting the right proteins and you're working out and all that, and you have a day where you go eat a double cheeseburger and 2 donuts, it's not going to ruin a damn thing, right? Especially if you get out the next day and get cracking again and maybe do some extra cardio the next day or whatever. So it's all good, dude. That's a part of it. So, we're going to get to some working out. Are you working out with me, or have you already worked out? Or are you going to try to work out with me, Andy? I'd like to know what setup you have. You know what I'll do, Andy, is one of these days you let me know when, because I know you're busy and stuff. Let me know when. I want to try to use the same equipment or availability to equipment that you have at your house. And, cannolis are good, boy. Ooh, that's all good, dude. Hey, look, a cannoli ain't going to kill you. But look, the thing is, when people have a cannoli almost every night after dinner, that's when it starts to take a toll over time. It's the consistency over time. One cannoli every now and again to make your little taste buds happy ain't going to do nothing. But okay, so you just have some dumbbells. What weight are your dumbbells? Are they a fixed weight or are they adjustable? Are they a fixed weight or are they adjustable dumbbells? Curious. And I won't have you keep typing and conversating with me, but I will get to working out here and we'll talk a little bit about some manifestation and things like that. But if you're just hopping on, whoever just hopped on, say hello. Good morning. How are you? Wherever you're watching from. 15 pounds. Okay, yeah, cool. So I have these right here. I have these dumbbells here, which are 15 pounds. So what we can do whenever you want to, what up, Dex? Whenever you want to, Andy, we can do this, your call, but just tell me when, and I'll do one of my workouts here in the morning, and all I will use is a set of 15-pound dumbbells. That's it, if that's all you've got. We'll use the set of 15-pound dumbbells, and then I'll put a chair. I'll use a chair. So I'll get rid of this bench and I'll put just a folding chair out here. So you could use almost any chair, or I could go grab a chair from my kitchen table in there. And we can do a full workout with just 15-pound dumbbells and a chair. So let me know when. I do somewhat understand I have a bit of an advantage because I do have some pretty cool equipment in my garage. It took a lot of time to accumulate it all. But yeah, we could definitely do that together whenever you want, man. And we can go through we can get a gnarly workout done with 15-pound dumbbells, man. And you can try to keep up with me and just see where you're at. We could do a test and see how tired you get or how sore you get, and we can do a pretty full workout with 15-pound dumbbells in a chair. For sure. Dex, how you doing, man? Good to have you here this morning. Where's all the boys, man? We used to get the streepers and everybody on here. I gotta start sending this out. The fact is, I never did anything, and now I do something regularly. Well, I am really happy that I may have been a motivation. I was just talking about you, Justin. I'm happy I may have been a motivation for you, Andy, if that's the case, because that's why I do this, man. That's why I do this. Otherwise, I would just stick to myself and not have to blab my mouth, and I would just bust out my hard workouts in the morning and not take time to talk to you guys. But, dude, I really think it's awesome. I talk about you sometimes, Andy, for sure, dude. I do. I talk about you, and I talk about a couple people on here when I'm just in conversation with folks, and they're like, man, you do that every single morning, 5 days a week. Isn't that annoying? Isn't that a pain in the butt? And I go, yeah, but you don't understand. I got my business partner, Andy, who's making stride, losing weight, feeling better, changing his habits, changing his mindset. And I'm like, maybe just because I'm coming live in the mornings to give us some motivation. And that is the deal with me for doing this. You know that. So yeah, that's awesome, dude. Streeper, dude, what's going down? What's going down? All right, we got some people hopping on. So today, guys, we're going to do a shoulder and chest workout. A lot of you guys know that I like to do like shoulders and chest, the man's workout, so to speak, on Mondays, because Mondays sometimes is the hardest day to get your butt out of bed. Mondays is the hardest day to, start that week of consistency. And Monday usually kicks the week off to set the tone. So you guys know I ain't doing leg day on Mondays, okay? We save leg day for like Wednesdays or whatever. But good to have you guys on. Today we're going to do that shoulder and chest workout. And what I wanted to have everybody rap about, or what I wanted to have a conversation about with you guys, is this whole manifestation thing. So that we hear this all the time, right? Just manifest, right? Manifest what it is you want, and manifest the life that you want to have, and all that stuff. It's all over the place. And the only problem I have with that is that I truly believe that most people don't even know what they would want in order to manifest it. And that's the biggest problem. So, for example, we went house shopping, not because right now we have the money to go and buy the new house we want or anything like that, but we went house shopping. Why would we go house shopping if you're not going to buy a house? Well, the theory was we wanted to put ourselves in 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 square foot mansions. And we wanted to be able to walk around and feel like we lived in one, and sit down on the chair and act like it's our bedroom and look out the window, and all those things, to like actually feel what it is like to live in a big giant multi-million-dollar mansion. What does it feel like to live in one of those? The reason you do that is because some people get a 7,000 square foot mansion and end up hating it, if that makes sense. People get themselves a Lamborghini and realize it's shitty to drive around. Do you know what I'm saying? People buy themselves a boat and then realize it's a real bitch to be a boat owner, right? People buy themselves a private jet and realize, boy, that was the dumbest purchase they'd ever made. When all in the beginning, they thought for some reason they wanted a Lamborghini. They thought for some reason they wanted a 7,500 square foot house. You see what I'm saying? They thought for some reason, maybe from outside influence or wanting to be like others or compete with the Joneses or whatever the reasons are, that they think they wanted that thing that they manifested into place. But most people don't have enough experience. Most people haven't done the house shopping. Most people have never driven a Lamborghini. Most people have never, spoken to a ton of boat owners that have been to their place and owned lots of boats and things like that to get the real reality of what it is to have that thing under your responsibility, own that thing. And therefore, people have trouble manifesting stuff. It's very difficult to manifest something into the universe that you just want because. Does that make sense? If you just want something because, it's not a really easy thing to manifest. But if there's a reason behind it, and if you can feel already owning it, and if you already feel like you deserve to own it, and you feel like there's a reason why you should have it, and you're going to, you know what I mean? Then you can manifest things. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. It looks like two people dropped on. It's so funny. In the middle of my beautiful statement, my viewership went from 4 to 2. I love that. I don't know if it's YouTube or if you guys were already sick of me. Streeper's like, dude, this guy's just ranting today. I'm out of here. It's so funny. Dexter's like, oh boy, Patrick's on one. I'm out of here. Andy said, I got to get to work. This guy's just blabbing too much. That's so funny. But what do you think about that? If you're still here, what do you think about my opinion on that? I'm curious to know what you think. What's your take on that, Dex? What's your take on that, dude? I think that most people don't even know what they want in order to manifest it. That's my thing. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, what do people even want? They don't know. And then once they get it, they realize it's not that cool. Or they realize they don't even like it's like so funny. What hey Dex, so good question, dude. Dex, what do you, now that you've matured, now that you've been down the roads and you know you're becoming a new person and growing and all that, but it's like things change, right? So tell me this. Bought something, then realized it was overrated, right? Oh, dude, that's what I'm trying to say. So what is it that you would have really, really wanted when you were like 25 years old, right? What would you have really wanted to have when you were 25 years old that nowadays you'd be like, I don't want that. Like, I would never own that stupid thing. That would be dumb. But you, in 25 years old, you wanted it so bad. Now you realize you wouldn't even want it at all. There's reasons behind that, right? But what was that thing, right? And also, what would you want to manifest now, kids? Oh, man. Oh, Dexter's on the comedy trip this morning. How funny. Dexter's like, no, I'm serious, bro. All right. Warm-up set. Get those shoulders creaking, cracking, and get all the blood going here. So what would you want to manifest? What are you trying to manifest now and why? Right? I guess I'm just asking, is there a reason why we want these things? If there's a reason why we want them, and it's a real, true, authentic reason why you want something, then you can manifest it and you can get it. But I just feel like when there's no real passion or a why behind why somebody wants something, then it doesn't matter how much you manifest. It's not going to come into your life because you don't already take ownership of it. And that's a big part of manifestation. Manifestation comes from you already believing that you own something. Acting as if you have it. Seeing yourself in it. Seeing yourself living there. Seeing yourself driving that boat. Whatever it may be. But if you've never driven the boat, if you've never been in the house, if you've never driven the car, how do you know that it's something cool that you really actually want? That's the question. We could talk about it. What are some things maybe you want right now, or you think you want? What are some things that you wish you could manifest right now? Not wish you manifest your kids could crawl back inside their mom, Dexter. Not that. But, more so material things. Is there anything right now that you think you want? Let's talk about it. Yeah, you try it first before you make any commitments. And I think you try it first before you make any commitments, not financially buying the darn thing, but you try it first before you make mental commitments that you may or may not want that thing. It might not be something that you want, and you spend so much time manifesting, so much time working, so much time stressing to get it, and then you get it, and you realize, what the hell was I thinking? And that's a lot of wasted time when you could have been using that time to manifest something that you would have loved to have. I got on this kick because we went to a 10,000 square foot house yesterday for a kid's birthday party. So this kid goes to school with Everly, my daughter, and they're all like 7 years old or whatever. And so we go to the kid's birthday party, and it's at a 10,000 square foot house here in San Diego. It's worth like $4.7 million. And when we went there and you're looking at the house and so on, it's so vast that you were thinking somebody could come over there, like a guest could come over to your house and probably stay at your house for a week. And you wouldn't even know they were there if they didn't want you to know they were there. It's wild, right? Yeah, that in the Heritage, yep. Yep. A small cottage feet from the beach. However, with the rise of property taxes, nope. Yeah, well, ownership comes with lots of things people don't realize. So I was saying to Bethany, people don't realize this stuff, right? But I was saying to Bethany, if that house was $4.7 million, let's say, well, to get the house is one thing, right? That's a feat that you've conquered to get a $4.7 million house. But what people don't realize is with that $4.7 million house, just to run the place, and when you're talking about, like you said, Dexter, when you're talking about property taxes, you're talking about the sprinkler systems and the landscaping around that place, the swimming pool, the air conditioning, the gas and electric bill, the insurance, what else? The gardener and the swimming pool man that take care of the place, and you start to line this all up. It's probably, tell me if I'm wrong, Dex, it's probably $10,000 a month minimum. Probably $10,000 a month, maybe $15,000 a month. If you owned the house outright and you had zero mortgage payment, let's say you owned the house, $4.7 million, no mortgage payment. But it's probably still $15,000 a month just to keep that house operational, if that makes sense. Okay? Let alone then the maintenance. See, houses on the exterior, well, and the interior, but a lot of times on the exterior, houses dilapidate, right? The paint gets faded. The wood starts to get termites. The roofing gets old. The stucco gets cracked. You name it. The swimming pool plaster gets old. You name it, man. You name it. So when you look at that, along with just keeping the house running at $10,000 to $15,000 a month just to keep the house running and livable, right? But then you add in some other extracurriculars, man. So just people don't get it, right? So I remember a guy to me one time, and let me get another set in. But I remember a guy to me one time showed me this portfolio he had, and he was trying to show me all of his stuff because he was trying to recruit me to be a part of his network marketing company. And I remember his name was Buck, and I remember Buck pulled out this portfolio, and way back then, showing my age, it was a 3-ring binder with a bunch of sleeves in it, and he was flipping through all of his cool stuff. Didn't have cell phones back then, but. So he brings out this 3-ring binder, and as he flips through it, he shows his Corvette, yellow Corvette. He had 9 Ducati motorcycles, and pretty much just showing off all of his stuff, right? A boat, all that. And I said, man, I would love to be like you and have all that cool stuff. And I remember I said this, I was like 18-year-old kid. But I looked at all that stuff, 9 Ducatis, the boat, the Corvette, and all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, I want that. I want that life, man. I want that stuff you've got. And he goes, He goes, let me make a point to you, though, okay? And I said, what? And he said, if I gave you all my stuff, if I gave you all my stuff for free, I gave you the Corvette, and I gave you the boat, and I gave you the 9 Ducatis, and I gave it to you. He said you wouldn't be able to afford just the insurance on the motorcycles, the boat, and the cars. He said you wouldn't be able to afford the monthly insurance bill just to keep them insured in case somebody wanted to break in and steal one of your Ducatis. He kind of was putting me in my place a little bit or making a point to me that having this stuff is one thing, but keeping and maintaining and being able to afford to use the stuff that you have is a whole nother thing people don't take into consideration. So someone wants to manifest this car garage with 5 different cars and a Ferrari and a Lamborghini and an old classic, and they want to have it, and it's what until they've got it. And I heard somebody else has 34 cars. 34 cars. Just bought a new one. The 35th car. Said some of the cars he hasn't driven in years. He hasn't driven in years, but they have to be driven. So he has his assistants and his car detailers and all these people driving them consistently, because if it just sits, it goes bad, right? Streeper would tell you. Car can't just sit there. So it's just wild, right? And he said, this was my thing, and I've always wanted, I dreamed of having this ultimate car garage with all these supercars and all that stuff, and I've been building this dream and doing this and trying to work on it my whole life, and look, I've got it. And he's like, be careful what you wish for. He's like, it is a pain in his rear end, a full-time job to own like these 35, 36, 37, how many cars he had, 35 cars or whatever. He said it's a real pain in the ass. And it's like a full-time job owning the damn things. And the expense and the maintenance and everything it takes and the insurance on all those, everything. He's like, man, I really wish it wouldn't have been my dream to do this. Basically was his point. Careful what you wish for was his point. But it's just interesting about that manifestation thing. So what are you trying to manifest nowadays? Kid slams the door and breaks it, and that's your responsibility. Yeah, exactly. One of your renter's children slams the door and busts it and all that. Yeah, you just never know, guys. It's a big lot of responsibility to have these things. And it is an attractant for people to want to sue you to take those things as well. So, interesting. What do you want to manifest right now? I'm curious. Let me know in the chat, you guys. What is something that you really are trying to work for right now? Not getting rid of your kids, Dex. You're old enough. They're all old enough. Come on. But what is it? What is it? Is there anything that you want, you guys? Tell me in the chat. What would you want to manifest? Anything that you want right now? Anything that you want that you don't have? Anything that you're trying to work for? Anything that you'd love to be able to manifest into your life? Tell me what it is. I'm curious. What do you guys think? I'll get into mine and what I'm trying to figure and manifest. Currently working on a nonprofit to help house single moms in San Diego County. Oh, very cool. Very cool. That's a really cool thing to manifest. Yeah. Because that's selfless. That is selfless. Obviously, selfless things are much easier to manifest. The good Lord wants us to do good for others, for sure. The blessings I'm talking about of something that you want for you is what we're getting at. But what a good mission, man. There's only 110 beds in all of San Diego County for housing single moms. Only 110 beds. Damn, dude. Well, 1%, I guess. We're doing good. It's about 1% of the single moms in the county by numbers. This next one's going to be pretty heavy. I'm going to start burning my shoulders out. Well, that's a good thing to want to manifest, man. Wanting to manifest something that helps others is what the universe loves to bless us with the most. Oftentimes when we do enough of that, the universe blesses us with what we wanted to manifest for ourselves. Help enough people get what they want in life, you'll get what you want in life. Everybody's heard that? Oh, yes. And by the way, Andy, pre-workout, man, pre-workout. Black coffee. There's a lot of these pre-workouts they sell at the GNC, and there's so much crap in them if you read the ingredients, and they sure get you zapped up for your workout, but also there's big letdowns, and I get jittery and all that stuff. So my whole pre-workout to get my energy level up early in the mornings to get a good workout in is black coffee, by the way. There's a bunch of people that may say that that's not the right thing, but we do what works for us, don't we? Yes, we do. So, all right, so Dexter, you're going to manifest being able to create more beds where single moms can lay their heads at night. That's a pretty good endeavor. What about you, Andy? What does Andy want? What about Streeper? What does Streeper want? It's got to be something that you guys think, I deserve this. It'd be nice for me to get this, whatever it is. Is it a bigger house? Is it a boat? Is it a car? Is it a thing? What thing is it? Some people want a fancy watch. I don't know. But we all want different things, and that's okay. But what do you want? Because there's obviously a reason behind manifesting a place for people to lay their heads. You're trying to help people in need. It's different than actually wanting a thing for yourself. But we all want things. It's okay. What kind of things does Andy want? Dexter, you are going to complete that bus. You already manifested it. You already got the bus. You're already in the middle of fixing it up. You're already there, buddy. That's one of those things you did manifest. You wanted to get something like that, and you ended up getting something like that, didn't you? Yep. That's a 100% example of manifestation right there, Dex. I mean, who sits around and thinks in their head, I really want badly to get myself one of them little yellow buses that they used to drive the special kids around in. Remember those? I want to get me one of those, man. Find me a good used one, the little yellow bus. I'm going to get me one of those, and, I'm going to fix it up on the inside and put a bed in a refrigerator and make it like a little yellow bus motorhome. Who even sits around and thinks that? Dexter does. And guess what? Dexter got his dang little bus and pulled it up in front of my house and went, look what I got. You see what I'm saying? That's pure manifestation right there, brother. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. I really appreciate it because you know darn well that was the bus I came in on when school started. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. Oh, man. Jeez. I don't know why today's got a lot of comedy in it just for no reason. I guess I'm just in a good mood. It's classic. Why does YouTube keep kicking my homies off, or you keep leaving? I don't know. You guys just stay, man. Keep me company, bro. All right, let's knock this other set out here. Those were heavy. Whew. All right. Okay. Yeah, I figured. Alrighty. Here's something I'm trying to manifest right now. For good reason. And I'll give you my thing that I want. Give you the reason why I want this thing. And why and how I'm trying to manifest it into place. So what I want is, I want to get a piece of land in Florida. Dexter, getting your six-pack. Well, you better come over here and get to it. I want to get a piece of land in Florida. And I want to get a piece of land that's large enough in Florida to subdivide it into 3 or 4 parcels. What I'm planning to try to do there is buy one piece of land, subdivide it into 3 or 4 parcels, and build 3 or 4 houses. And by doing so, I will be able to build, say, well, let's just call it 3. So let's say I build 3 houses on one property. So I buy one piece of land and subdivide it 3 ways, and I build 3 houses. The idea mathematically would be that I would be able to sell the 2 houses, keep one for me and my family, and own it and not have a mortgage payment on it. So be able to build 3 houses out there on a piece of land, sell 2 of them off, and keep the one for my family so that I can have a secondary home in Florida, where I do a lot of business. So that is something that I'm trying to manifest right now. Why? Why? Because I can save on taxes if I can claim 6 months of residency in Florida. I can be a Floridian, and then I can pay 0 state tax, and there's a couple of benefits that way. I do a lot of business out there, so it'd be nice to have my own place to stay when I go out there to do a lot of business in Florida versus stay in a hotel all the time. And chance for my kids to experience living in a different place, and Florida's awesome, and there's a lot of great things about it, and so on and so on. So I just figure I don't want to go out there to Florida and buy a house and then have a big old mortgage payment just to have a secondary home, right? So the way I think about it in my head is manifesting, how do I get myself a vacation home or a secondary home in Florida? Best way I can think of doing it is to do what I do best, right? We're in the money business. So how come if it can't be profitable enough, I can't raise some money from investors, buy the land, get the houses built, sell, pay my investors a little return? And even if I have a small mortgage payment, I don't get to own the 3rd house that I built for myself outright, right? But you see, it's just a way that I'm manifesting a way to have this place in Florida that I really want. There's a way to get it done. Sometimes we have to think creatively, but that means within a 2 to 3 year time period from now, I can have my house in Florida. If I play my cards right. No, had to talk to the boss. Oh, well, back at work now. So I had to talk to a couple of people. Oh, I got you, Streeper. Streeper's working hard, man. Streeper's working hard. You got to get Streeper to help you with that bus project, dude. Streeper will put a freaking, turbo on that thing, or a supercharger, new exhaust system. Make it sound like a boss. That'd be awesome. You pull up in a hot rod little yellow bus. That'd be pretty sick on Streeper. With like 800 horsepower. That'd be awesome. All right, dude. It's getting heavy, so bear with me 1 minute. But talk to me a little bit, guys, if you want. What are you trying to manifest, Streeper? What do you want, man? Is there something you want, Streeper? I know there is. He wants that car from Gone in 60 Seconds. That Mustang Fastback. Yeah. Something like that, right, Streeps? What do you want, man? Streeper's already got the life, man. Streeper's got all that he wants. He just wants a little bit more freedom. No, there's got to be something Streeper wants, right? Something Streeper wants. That Fastback, though, and Gone in 60 Seconds, that Mustang, what do they call that? Eleanor? Whew, I want one of those. I'm not even a car guy. Shit. Thing's awesome. All right, so we're going to just try to bust out one more set of these guys. It is already getting quite heavy, so bear with me for a second. This one will probably put me in strain mode. Oh my god. I'll probably get a little bit out of breath here too. Bear with me a moment. Those are heavy. These are 45-pound dumbbells, and the 45s in those shoulder presses. That gets me. Oh man, those are heavy. All right. So we got through shoulders. That was heavy. Damn. Whew. Oh, by the way, this is we call this my prison outfit. By the way, Dex, what do you think? Look like I'm straight from the yard, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. How funny. Straight from the yard. All right, should we just do some standard benches? Hell yeah, why not? Let's throw together some benches. Let's not try to destroy my shoulder. Let's have some fun. Standard bench presses. Very good for the flat chest. Very good to broaden your chest. It works the large muscles of the pecs. And you throw in variations with flies and dumbbells and things like that in order to build like the center chest and upper chest, and we concentrate on certain areas. But there ain't nothing like the old flat bench press. But it is bad on shoulders. So as we get older, guys, we want to be very weary of flat bench press. Make sure we stretch. I have a bad shoulder injury, or had, but it still scares me. It still lingers in my mind every time I do flat bench press. And so you guys know I bought this little band, which you can get anywhere, Amazon or gym stores, whatever. But this thing's kind of cool. It's just an elastic band. What you do is you slip it over your arms here, and when you get down into the bottom area of the bench press where you're completely back here like this, usually causes shoulder injuries. This gives a little bit of help, just a tad. It's not much. Probably 5 or 10 pounds of help at the bottom, as if you kind of had a spotter a little bit to get you off that first part. And once you're back there, it doesn't have any tension here. But only when you're down here, it has a little bit of tension. Here it doesn't. Here it does. So it just gives you a little help at the bottom. And if nothing else, it makes a guy like me with a past shoulder injury from this exercise, which I'm still scared, and my mind always is playing tricks on me when I'm doing these benches. It at least helps me, if nothing else, mentally get to doing bench presses, because there was a certain point when I almost just quit doing bench presses after that shoulder injury. I said, bench presses are not for me. I'm just going to do dumbbells and cables and that. But I didn't want to stop doing bench press. So I worked my way through that shoulder injury and got this little strap, and now I'm able to still do some bench presses. Nowhere near, guys, nowhere near as heavy as I would like to be bench pressing right now. Nowhere near as heavy as I'd like to, but I'm not willing to risk my shoulder injury again, because I was out for like 3 weeks or more without being able to play good golf, without being able to do much. I couldn't even like pick up my daughter, off the ground and stuff. My shoulder was really thrashed, so just gotta be careful. Just gotta be careful, especially when you get older and more brittle. You're working core for your back strength, planks. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Core exercise is very important. I was telling Andy, a lot of times back problems, ouch, my elbow. A lot of times back problems happen to us, not because we have a bad back, it's because we have a bad core. A lot of times if our abdomen is out of shape on the front side, it causes problems on the back side. Okie dokie. Little warm-up set. And Andy, let me know when you want to do that 15-pound dumbbell workout. We'll do that together. It'll be awesome. We can get a full body workout in with just a chair and 15-pound dumbbells. Be a good challenge, wouldn't it? Tell you what, if we only used 15-pound dumbbells and we went through and tried to do that Bruce Lee workout. That'd be awesome. All right, put the big boys on, throw the chest strap on, and get to it, and try not to injure ourselves. What's good is that I have you guys on my YouTube live, so if I somehow tear my shoulder and end up underneath this big weight stack, killing myself, you guys can call Bethany on the phone. She's right inside the house. She can come rescue me. It's not funny, seriously. So, yeah, next week, let me know. Next week? How about this week, bro? Next week? Why are you gonna wait a whole week? Let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it on Wednesday. Let's do it on Thursday. Let's do it. We will run. Who will run? I'm not gonna run. My knee's too bad to run. I know that's probably not what you meant. All right, guys, let's try to do this. If I die, call Bethany. She'll save me. Dexter, call Bethany. She'll save me. But I'm trying to manifest that property in Florida, to buy a property, to build 3 or 4 houses, to sell and keep one house. Hopefully, by way of doing that, keeping this one house, mostly owning it outright and not having a mortgage payment on that house in Florida is what I'm trying to figure out right now. That's my manifest. And within 2 to 3 years from today, I would like to be able to have that be the truth in my life. And we're going to figure out how we can do it. But we first have to start understanding why we want it. What's the reason? How are we going to use it? Is it going to be beneficial? Is it going to be a pain in the butt? Is it going to make us happy, make us sad, cause us problems? What is it that we're trying to manifest? Do we know what we want yet? Do we know why we want it? Or are we just trying to play keep up with the Joneses? All right, let's see what we got, guys. Very touchy, very touchy. Shoulder actually was feeling it there. My old shoulder injury, I could kind of feel it. It does scare me. Daughter graduates college this weekend and have stuff around here with work to do in the house. Busy boy. Congratulations, brother. Daughter graduating college this weekend. Great accomplishment, man. Proud dad moment right there, huh? That's awesome. That is really cool. Where did she go to college at? What college is she graduating from? Did she travel abroad, or did she go to a different place, or is it right around where you guys live? Yes. Ouch. Yuppers. Where'd she go to college at? What college? My father was a professor at San Diego State University out here in San Diego for 42 years. My pops worked at San Diego State. He wanted to work longer, but they made him retire. But that's got to be a proud moment when your kids graduate from college. It's just a long-fought accomplishment, isn't it? Oh, Iowa. Okay. Iowa. Dang, yeah, Iowa, they're really famous for, like, being hardcore wrestlers out there. Aren't they? Those Iowa kids, they have the top wrestling teams always in the country out there. Tough kids. Iowa. Nursing, huh? Right on. That's really cool. Put that there. Nursing. Well, Lord knows I've had to have a lot of help in my life from nurses, and medically, of course, I mean. I had a lot of help from nurses, let me tell you, because I was always doing crazy crap and ending myself up in the hospital. And man, did I always appreciate nurses and doctors and things, especially good ones that were there to really try to make you feel better and comfort you in these horrible times when you're either injured or ill or whatever, which I've been all of the above. Man, very respected. So good for her, brother. What a proud dad moment that is. That's awesome. Another set of these guys real quick, if we can get through it without killing myself. Hey, NJ, how you doing? Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. I'm just pumping out a little shoulders and chest today. We were talking about manifestation, having a little conversation. Good to have you on here. Hopefully, I know you guys were doing some sort of a blessing ceremony on that kind of stuff, but hopefully you get your gift soon if you haven't already been able to receive it. But good to have you on here. There you go. That's so great, NJ. NJ said, can't stay long today on my show, but she wanted to say she finally got her gift that I sent over. And also her family appreciates it. I just sent them some gifts out there to the reservation in Wyoming. Show my support for NJ's support. So yeah, it was really a cool little piece. A very cool little piece. And so anyway, yeah, I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you like it. And I'm also glad that your family out there, and I'm sure other people that surround your family will certainly get some usage and appreciate what I sent out there for a gift. So very cool. So glad you finally got it. It's awesome. And thanks for hopping on, NJ, and saying hi. Appreciate you. Yeah. Dexter knows what's up. That's another thing too, guys. There's somebody on the other end over there. We're talking about manifestation, okay? There's somebody on the other end over there in Wyoming at that reservation that was manifesting, wanting more of what I had. And just the universe put us together through NJ, and I gifted them some things that maybe they were manifesting they wanted to have. You see what I'm saying? It came their direction somehow, some way through the universe. I happen to be a player in that scheme, but that's the way the world works. And so I'm a very big believer in that if you give and give and give and give, that you'll also get. So anyhow, I'm so proud that you guys got that stuff. And I told your brother to send me pictures or something of things that might be made with those crafting items that I sent over. And I'd like to see some pictures of the cool stuff that gets made. I'm excited about it. Have fun. And you're welcome, and love you, NJ. Yeah, awesome. Glad you got it. I just got to try to do this one last set of bench presses so I don't kill myself. That was heavy. All right. Got through it. No shoulder injuries. Thank God. The flat bench still always scares the crap out of me. But we got through it. That was only 135 pounds, guys, by way of strong bench pressing individuals. This is like a warm-up weight. It kind of back in the day when I was a power lifter, that weight there used to be my warm-up weight. I used to warm up with 135 and then go on from there. Now, I sort of stay at 135. Not that I can't lift more. I mean, I certainly am strong enough to lift more because I can do 3 sets of 12 easily with this weight, but I just don't want to risk another shoulder injury, man. So trying to ego lift anymore and, tell people, hey, how much do you bench, bro? How much can you put up? I just don't play those games anymore. I'm too old. Let them young kids do what I used to do back in the day and have their time in the light. I don't need to be competing with these youngsters. Have an early day because someone quit last week? Oh, what do you know? Someone else's problem. Oh, someone quit. Now you got to be the one that they put in place, right? Awesome. Go fill in. Yeah, we got to get you out of there, huh, MJ? Get you making some cash flow, girl. Have a blessed day yourself. Yes. Love you too, MJ. I know Bethany as well. Have a wonderful day today. And once again, let your brother and your family know that I'm grateful for being able to give that gift to them. All right? And have a fantastic day at work. Go bust your butt there and do better than they expect you to do. Show up early, work harder, stay late, do better. Even at your job, that will get you far in life right there. Oh, yeah. Whew. All right. Yes, ma'am. Always. Always. Show up early, stay late, work harder than everybody else. Be the star of the show. Because we are all the star of our own show. So why would we ever want to have a bad episode, huh? You know what? That's funny. I was kind of lost here. I'm like thinking, what do we do next? Why don't we do some flies? It's been a while since we've done some flies. Flies are a real pain in the butt, especially with creaky shoulders, but they're really good for your chest. And just regular old dumbbell flies. I have the cable machine, but these dumbbell flies, nothing quite like old school dumbbell flies to work that chest area. That's what we're going to do. Maybe a slight incline on the flies today. Just a slight incline on the flies today. So that looks about good there. The funny thing about this garage gym is that it's sloped, right? If any water got in the garage area or anything got in the garage or a flood happened in the house, everything's kind of sloped in the garage to go out the garage door that way. So like a little bit of slight slope in the garage floor. So when I incline this bench a little bit like this, it almost makes it flat. It's kind of funny. And when I'm doing bench presses on the bench rack over here sideways, it's like a little off balance. It's kind of weird. Not the best setup, but to me, better than having to go to 24-hour fitness. I want time. That's about it. I already knew you were going to say that, Streepers. I know you got everything in life you want. You just want more time and freedom. That's pretty simple to attain, man. We just got to get at it. All by design. How funny. I don't know what you said, Streeper. You just want time, though. I got that. Yeah, time. Time is our most valuable resource. So, let me ask you this, Streeps. What would you do with your time? I want cars and stuff, but not too pressing, to be honest. I just wanted a simpler life. Yeah, absolutely. What would you do with your time, Streeps? I know you're busy too. I hate to have Streeper typing and conversing too much on these. I know he's busy. But yeah, all the stuff you'll get, you'll have your stuff. You'll be a happy man with your stuff, especially with your talents and being able to, build on cars and things like that. You can do a lot of things that people can't do to save tons of money to have those things. It's pretty cool. But what if you had a lot of more time in life? I'm assuming just time being that you wouldn't have to go to a job to get paid, right? So you're able to quit your job. So you don't have to work all day long. So you can kind of do what you want to do now instead of having to work all day long. I'm curious what you would do. What do you have in your mind? What would life look like? How would you enjoy it? What would you need in place to have the life you want in that space where you have all the time. Time to do what? Time for what? What would that be, Street? All right, let's check out these flies. So flies are terrible. They hurt shoulders, and they're not fun, and that's why we do them, because that means they're probably working. So we go a lot lighter, because what we're going to do is, oh, you know what, here, let me just adjust this for a second. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit lighter dumbbell like this and lay down in bench press mode, right? But keep your arms fairly straight. When I say fairly straight, I mean you can bend them a little bit at the bottom like that, fairly straight, and then squeeze them back up like that. And that's just your dumbbell fly. And on my bad right shoulder, it doesn't like these at all. And that's why we're going to do some. But this squeeze is really good for broadening your chest and also the inner chest. Cleavage, as they would call it, right? Let's feel good. Oh, Streeper's busy. Streep, what would you do if you had all the free time in the world, if you ever get a chance to type it in there? I'm just curious. I know you're busy. I'm just curious what Streeper would do with all of his free time if it was already here. What would you do? Free time is a hell of a drug, too. It's quite interesting. Why a lot of entrepreneurs keep working until they're 80, just because they think if they retire or if they chill, life gets boring. Think about buying a house in Ponte Vedra Beach area or Palm Coast area. So Andy, you want to get yourself a Florida house. We can definitely help you with that. Don't go doing it without our team in place, because you know we got the guys out there that can hook it up for sure. I would keep more kids outside learning nature and conversing with people. Yeah, that would be a great mission. Learning skills and soft skills. Yep, for the kids, absolutely. My buddy Rob's doing that right now, Dexter, out in like Alabama or something, I think. But he bought this big piece of land and he was going to build a mobile home park on it. And so what he did was he built a family retreat mobile home park where families and kids could come. And on his mobile home park, he built out all those areas where kids can learn how to drive a tractor and a backhoe. Kids can learn how to run things through a wood chipper. Kids can learn how to build stuff. And there's all these stations all over the mobile home park where family bring their kids to stay and pull their mobile home in and stay for a week or whatever. And there's like daily activities and a woodworking instructor there at the park and all this other stuff. So he turned it into a kids like educational, recreational mobile home park, and kids go there and learn all sort of cool stuff, man. Super jazzed. It's like an awesome mission. I miss wood. Yeah, me too, dude. Wood shop. Yeah. Wood shop and metal shop. Those were badass courses. I was telling Streeper I was pissed because I took 4 years of metal shop and I know everything there is to know about metal and I can weld and all that stuff. But auto shop was right next door to metal shop. And I never took one semester of auto shop like a nitwit. Like, my ability to work on cars is pretty weak. I know the basics, but that's about it. I always wished I would have taken auto shop. Oh, and not just metal shop. Because, you know, it's good to be able to weld a buggy frame, but if you can't put the engine in it and work on how the operations of the engine of the buggy works, then you're kind of dead in the water. But I can weld a buggy frame. I just can't work on the motor that goes in it. I just go hang out with Streeper for a couple of weeks, be an intern for Streeper. I'll come back from 3 weeks internship with Streeper. I'll know how to build a car. My father was an amazing woodworker. Never took a day of metal shop. I don't think my dad could weld a darn thing, but my dad used to be able to build anything out of wood. Very good woodworker. Dare I go heavier? Dare I go heavier on the flies? Oh boy. My poor shoulders aren't doing well this morning. Creakling and crackling. Whew. Had a little bit of rain in San Diego over the last 24 to 48 hours, and it looks like today we're going to be right back to beautiful 70 degrees and sunny San Diego weather. And by the way, you guys know that when they claim rain in San Diego, oh, it's going to rain like cats and dogs coming up on Wednesday. Y'all better watch out. And you know that it sprinkles for like 10 minutes and like wets the lawn where it looks like things have dew on them. And then they're like, whoo, that was a rough one, boys. Back to sunshine tomorrow. You're like, that was rain? Nah. Go talk to those people in Florida or in places where it actually does rain. They'll tell you you're tripping. Yeah, it does, dude. It sprinkles, doesn't it? They're like, it's going to come down Thursday. Oh, watch it. Flood warnings. San Diego's going to flood right off the map and float into the ocean. Everybody run for the hills. And then it sprinkles for like 3 hours. That's about it. They're like, told you. Whew, that was a rough one out here. Everybody safe? Everybody good? You're like, dude, it sprinkled for 3 hours, bro. Chill out. But I guess out here in San Diego, if you're going to be a weatherman or a weatherwoman, you got to have something to talk about. So, something to talk about, don't you? Andy, you know those tornado sirens they got? They start putting tornado sirens start going off in San Diego when it's going to be more than a half an inch of rain. Everybody watch out. Isn't it the truth though, Dexter? I'm telling you, buddy. Oh my gosh. So funny. And my relatives used to come out to San Diego and visit from St. Louis, Missouri all the time. And I remember it would be like what we would call winter in San Diego. And winter in San Diego, it means the sun would be clouded. It would be cold, 58 degrees, right? That's bad, right? And he's like, poof. But like a 58 degree day. And it would be cold, right, for us in San Diego. 58 degrees, all the San Diegans, yeah, LOL's right. And all the San Diegans walking around in full sweatsuits, man, sweatpants, sweatshirt, freaking beanie on, you know what I mean? And then my relatives would come from St. Louis, Missouri. And they were coming to spend a week, a whole week out in San Diego, and go to the beaches and be in beautiful San Diego. And they come out here on like the nastiest week. It'd be winter. It'd be cold in our cold, right? In the mid 50s or whatever. And, oh no, we're going to the beach, man. They're in San Diego. We're going to the beach. And we get to the beach. They're wearing tank tops and flip flops. And so, oh my God, San Diego weather is beautiful. Oh, we're so happy to be here running around in the ocean. Woo, we're in San Diego. It's so warm and beautiful. We're like, it's cloudy and 55 degrees out here. You guys are nuts. We're all in sweatshirts. It's pretty funny, though. The difference of perception. That's freezing to us. Yeah, it is. Oh, gosh. When it gets down into the 40s, guys, high 30s, low 40s, mid 40s in San Diego, it's over. Everybody's frozen tundra. No one goes outside. It's almost like the roads are icy, but they ain't. You know what I'm saying? So funny. And people don't know what to do. That's why they rain sirens in San Diego when it's going to rain a half of an inch, because San Diegans don't know what to do. They all of a sudden forget how to drive their cars and all sort of. It's wild. It's so funny. But one last set of these little flies here. We've increased the weight, and so I know my right shoulder is going to yell at me every single rep here. That's all right, though. Just don't pop out. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. So, as a reminder, we are still right in the mix on this 30-day six-pack challenge, okay? And, 60-day, sorry, 60-day six-pack challenge. We're still right in the middle of it. I think we're at day like 28 or something like that. I'm going to have to count up the days later and see exactly where we're at, but we're almost halfway through this 60-day six-pack challenge. And earlier, Andy and I were talking about a little slip up on the diet, right? Where I did pretty bad this weekend on the diet. I guess just one day. Not so bad, but I overate, you know what I'm saying? I overate and I had some desserts and things over the weekend. I'm telling Andy, it's no big deal, man. He's like, oh, we had some cannolis. It's all right. You're allowed to have, some enjoyment with your taste buds every now and again, okay, even during the 60-day challenge. So what we do, though, is, the Monday of, right, if I overate a little bit this weekend, the Monday of, like today, we want to just get up, get at it, get a good workout in, get right back to the stringent diet. So today I'm going to be calorie cutting, eating a lot of protein, and just getting back to it. And over 60 days, that kind of consistency will certainly pay off. And it is starting to pay off for a lot of us, right? I think I'm down 5 or 6 pounds, kind of holding steady right there. Down 5 or 6 pounds. I lost the bloat. I lost the water weight by cutting out a lot of those carbs and stuff. So that's about the 5 pounds that I've lost. But it is starting to have my six-pack show up, lo and behold, isn't it? Lo and behold. And so we're only halfway through. The thing about compounding is compounding looks really futile in the beginning. Compounding really starts to take off at the end, and that's kind of the law of compounding. So if you let your money compound for 3 years, nothing. If you let your money compound for 30 years, So you're just thinking over time, right? So in a 60-day six-pack challenge, if we're halfway through it, we're on day 28 or whatever it is, not where we want to be yet, slip up on diet here and there, learning lessons about yourself throughout this challenge, trying to stay disciplined and all those good things. But the compound effect says, I want to see what happens day 60. On day 60, not even day 55. I really want to see where I'm at day 60. I'm going to show a before picture when I started the 60-day six-pack challenge. I'm going to show the after picture, day 1, day 60. We'll be looking at them side by side and see if I have a better six-pack. I bet you I do. Just by law of universe, because I'm making it happen. And because I'm sticking to my disciplines, even though I had 2 chocolate cupcakes yesterday at the kid's birthday party. Yeah. Who don't like a chocolate cupcake? Oh, come on. Come on now. Who don't like chocolate cupcakes? Here's what I decided to do too. You haven't been in here in a while. You definitely look leaner. Oh, dude, thanks, man. Joseph. I mean, not thanks for not being here for a while, bro. Come hang out, man. No, I'm kidding. Good to have you all here. Yeah, it's working a little bit, you know? You know what I mean? Like before, kind of just barely some sand dune ripples, but starting to see, I still have about ½ inch here that just needs to go. And here's one of the things. Cutting the body fat so that the six-pack abs that are underneath there will show themselves, right? But one thing we haven't been doing thus far, or I haven't been doing, is growing my stomach muscles, the muscles underneath that fat. We're just trying to reduce the fat to get the six-pack muscles to show up. But what is going to show up is the muscles underneath that fat. And so we work those muscles too, just like we work biceps, triceps, all those things. So what I'm going to do, and it's actually starting today, in fact. You guys will know I do some of these leg lifts like this. So I have this little like pull-up bar, right? So you got that pull-up bar there. Got the surfboard rack right above it. You got this bar, right? So if you get up on a bar like this and hang, and you do these leg lifts like this, with straight legs, it's a really good ab workout, right? And it's going to work those muscles, grow the muscles underneath that fat. And so what I'm doing is after all my working out, like so today, after I'm done with these triceps and stuff, I'm going to make myself do 100, maybe not all at once, but like 15 or 20 at a time. But I'm going to make myself do 100 leg lifts every single day after every single workout for the next last half of the 60-day six-pack challenge. Because on day 60, when my fat has reduced to show my six-pack, I want those muscles to be built for what it's being shown as looking nice, right? So without the muscles there, you're just going to show a flat stomach without fat. So I want to see some more stomach muscles growth in the next 30 days or so. So we're going to be doing those leg lifts like that, 100 of them, 100 reps every day after each workout, just as an additive. So that we're getting the stomach muscles stronger, more defined, and that, so that when the body fat reduces over the next 30 days as much as I can get it to do so, the muscles that show up actually look nice. There's something to show. So anyways, and like I said, glad you come on, Joseph. Good to have you on here, man. Come hang out with us. We'll talk finance, how to be better financially, how to be better physically. And if I can be a motivation to anybody to do better in either financial or physical area of their life, it's all worth it to me to come on here and hang out with you guys in the mornings. I just want to try to motivate people. And coming on here also helps to keep me motivated. So it has dual purpose. If I can help you, all the while I'm responsible to be here for you every day, then I can't stay in bed in the morning because I owe you guys a show. That's kind of the dual motivation. But getting leaner, muscles are starting to even show up more. Shoulders and stuff like that, just striations and things like that that don't show up when you have the extra body fat sort of hiding those things. And boy, let me tell you guys, it ain't easy, okay? It ain't easy, especially for me. I'm a foodie, and I love to overeat. And I love to eat sweets. I'm going to admit it, right? Hi, my name is Patrick, and I'm a sugaraholic. Hi, Patrick, welcome. Exactly. So I need to go to Sugar Eaters Anonymous, but we stay disciplined, okay? That's just it. I got to say, hey, if I want the six-pack to show up, because I said to you guys that I would be transparent with my success in the 60-day six-pack challenge, or I'm obviously going to be transparent with the lack of success. It's going to work or it ain't, but you guys get to see the whole damn thing. So I can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? I have to be vulnerable with you guys. So my wife and other people are saying that my abs look a lot better than they did 30 days ago, right? Sometimes we're so stuck to it that I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, man, it's kind of the same. I'm not seeing the success I want yet. And my wife and people are saying, dude, it's definitely working. Your stomach looks a lot better, a lot flatter, right? A lot flatter in that amount of time, in just a 30-day. So we're going to stick to it and see what happens over the 60 days. Let's see, like crack, just be calling me all the time. I don't know what that means, Dexter. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Gotta go. Andy, love you, buddy. Let's keep on it. Andy, get a good workout in today. Stick to the diet. Let's cut the calories. Let's concentrate on it. We only got like 30 days left or so. Let's crush it. Oh, yeah, sugar, dude. It's like crack, for sure. Yeah, sugar's like crack. Definitely. It's so funny, too, because I had one chocolate cupcake yesterday at the party. I'm like, I'm going to have one chocolate cupcake. It's okay. It'll be fine. I had one chocolate cupcake. And where do you think I went 5 minutes later? Right back to get my second chocolate cupcake. Yes, sir. It's the one thing, there's a lot of pollutants there that are very attractive. So when we look at diet, there's a lot of pollutants and things that are bad that are very attractive to eat. Isn't it the same way when we're talking about manifestation and stuff like that? Is that there's all sorts of different things, trinkets and things, trying to pull us in different directions. And you're being told by society and advertising what you should want and what you should have and what you should own. And this is all poison information, just like sugar and these things are poison to our bodies. But they're so attractive and they're so hard to steer yourself away from. And it takes the discipline and commitment mentally to push past those times. And if you just do it for a long enough time, guys, it becomes habit. You know that? It's becoming easier and easier, though, now for me to avoid the sugars. It's become very, very easy for me to not drink alcohol, which used to be the worst part for me. If I went anywhere and everybody was drinking beers and that, I was the first person when I arrived there to go, where's the beers at, guys? Where's the beers at? Toss me one, man. Let's get this going. I was there. Big time drinker. And it was very difficult in the beginning, certainly, for me to change my mind and to mentally commit to alcohol is poison and I don't need it. Very difficult. So now I'm annoyed with drinking. It doesn't enthuse me anymore at all, and it's very, very easy for me to say, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't need none of that. But it took a while. It's not an easy transformation. Streeper, you'd spend time with your kids to see the world, right? Your family, see the world. Yeah, because little baby, huh? We'd go with the flow, work on cars, work on not normal cars, exotics and old classics, custom stuff to make your brain turn. All the stuff I do now is brainless. Yeah, an oil change, a brake job, those kind of things. I'm assuming what you're saying, Streeper, which to a guy like you is just totally brainless. Just monotonous work, right? Been doing so long, there's no challenge, there's no room for growth, there's no, right? Well, I mean, I don't see why, honestly, dude, I don't see why right away you're not opening your own shop up. I would venture to try to get you to do that. I don't know if that is your shop or not. I'm speaking because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm assuming you may work at somebody else's shop right now. You have a job, you have a boss, and you got to do the work. So, man, I would be real quickly trying to get yourself a warehouse, trying to find a way to rent something, in order to advertise that you are the best guy if somebody has an exotic car or a classic car, that is worth a lot of money and they only want it to be touched by white glove and somebody with major automotive talent. That's you. And you only bring high-end clients with those kind of cars, classics and exotics, and you work on them for top dollar because you're the best in town. I would be opening my own shop, dude, if I were you, because you're going to still have to go to work every day. You're going to still have to do some of the monotonous stuff, but you can run your own business and you can have some guys working for you as well and have a nice shop where it's like really, really high-class cars only. Shit, why not? I would if I were you. That'd be awesome. You can be your own boss, run your own shop, make the rules. Work when you want to work. You go in from 8 o'clock at night to midnight because you can't sleep, but you want to work on this dude's supercharger, whatever it is. Maybe you do that. That's a thought anyways. I'm sure you've thought of that, but hell, I'd open my own shop if I were you, Streeper, and be the number one dude in 3 states. That people with exotic cars and these awesome $150,000 fully restored classic cars start bringing them to you and start creating a name for your stuff. And then you're doing what you love anyways. And you can have your own car and they're working on it all the time too and have the most badass one you want. Oh, whew. Getting those triceps cooking this morning. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, y'all, it's been fun. It's been fun as usual. Let's go where it's beautiful out real quick, guys, and give you a farewell where it's just nice out here. Another beautiful San Diego day about to hit. Let's take you guys out for a minute and say shalom from the old backyard. Sun is shining, the weather is neat now. Don't you want to move your dancing feet now? To the rescue, here I am. Oh, beautiful, and my little mountain right there, that reminds me of the movie Goonies for some reason. But, beautiful day, you guys. Hopefully you all have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Go kill it. Manifest what you really want in life. Know what you really want in life. Know what your purpose is, what you want your life to be like in 3 to 5 years. Think about it all the time, every day. Don't let it leave your mind. Manifest it. Start doing a little bit different things to actually work on that manifestation. Thank the good Lord and the universe at hand blesses people that are trying. Certainly don't bless people that don't try. So let's get out there and try to achieve our dreams. Yeah. Peace out. You guys enjoy. We'll see you back tomorrow. Physical Financial Fitness with Patrick. Ciao.